In the Trenches with Ryan Roxie.
Let's talk about the next thing.
Well, let's get everybody in then. Let's get everybody in.
We're all here.
By the way, Vic Chalfant, our producer today, he's got his hands full. We're usually just doing 2 people on the podcast, but folks, today he's got everybody. And look at this. Look at this production. Huh? What do you think, Bob? You're a producer. What do you think about that?
Very professional. Very. We all look extremely extinguished. It's really good.
Vic Chalfant wants to be on the next album.
Okay. Well, all he's got to do is send us photos we haven't seen.
And tag Bob Ezrin.
There you go. We've seen that one.
Talk to us, Bob and Alice. Talk to us about this new project. I mean, all the hype right now is Detroit Stories.
Well, yeah, but that's out now. So now we got to think what's next. And what's next to me is showing off this band. And I think that the only way to do that is to, take it on the road, write the songs now, but rehearse them during sound check on the road. And at some point on the road, record the whole album live in one of the venues that we're doing. Because I would hate to do with this band, the whole idea is to show off the band, how tight the band really is. So if we write the songs, rehearse them on the road, record it on the road, and call the album The Road.
Or just Road.
Just Road. And really, I mean, that would be the concept for the whole album. And stories about the road. Some of them can't be written.
You've spoken too much already, I think, because I promised a couple Easter eggs in the actual description. I didn't expect a bombshell.
No.
Is this a bombshell, Sobel? A bombshell.
It is.
Take that screenshot now.
The press. This just in.
It's just in. Indeed.
But I mean,
that's a lot of information. But and what we'll probably do is something entirely different in the end, as we always do. But this is where we're going right now today.
It's a bit of controlled chaos.
This could change in 12 minutes.
Here, it's safe to say that everybody here is dying to get back on the road, right?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Well,
right. So
Bob Ezrin, thank you for making a drop in, sort of just dropping that bomb, and then you're boom, like Kaiser Sose. He's gone. But legendary producer Bob Ezrin, make sure you hashtag him and all your posts now, and you may get on the next Alice Cooper record as well.
Done. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, guys.
Kill you. I'm going to kill you. Okay. I
love you, sir. Have a good one. All right. Thank you. Have a good one. There it is. Bob Ezrin. You know what?
Amazing.
Folks, I did not think he was going to come on the show. And he came on. I was like going, is he going to make it? And then he said, yeah, I'm there, man. I want to talk about the new album. I want to talk about Detroit Stories. So there you go.
That's cool.
I love it.
This morning, and I said, can we talk about the new album? And he said, yeah. And I said, then I'm going to tell everybody about it.
Oh, you might get a phone call right after this is done, I think.
Record company might call and say, that's the worst idea I've ever heard.
I saw the look Beasto was giving me when he was like, what?
That's Chuck's usual football look. So it's rare that you see that look when the Steelers aren't playing.
It had to have been the look that he had during the Steelers, second half of the season.
Oh my God.
Can
I just quickly say though, whatever ends up happening, however the idea takes shape, how truly unbelievably excited we all are that this is happening, because we're all always very happy with whatever role we get to play in the Alice Cooper extravaganza, but to get to play and write and record these songs with you, Coop, is going to be really amazing. So thank you very, very much from all of us.
I tell people in every interview, I said, the band that I have is the best touring band of anybody out there. There's nobody close to these guys. And I said, the best thing about them is that they're all best friends. I said, we never hear anything but laughing backstage, except for Tommy, of course, who's complaining.
But that
actually, he's hungry.
You know what, Vic, if you can actually put up that question from Dave Stone, because we do have some questions from fans out there, because that actually dovetails into what you just said, because Dave Stone had asked, Alice publicly stated that the current lineup is the best ever. Having followed you since the Liverpool Empire in the mid-70s, wow, that sounds like something. I agree totally. But what is special to you regarding this lineup of Ryan, Tommy, Glenn, Nita, and of course, Chuck?
You know, for me, it's the fact that everybody gets along. You know, if you're going to spend a year on the road with somebody, it should be somebody you like, somebody that you hang out with, you can hang out with, somebody that you can win a lot of poker at. And oh, I'm sorry, did I mention that? But I mean, that's really, really true. I mean, when you put bands together, they look like they're the perfect band, and they just don't click. This band clicks every single night. And I mean, I want to hear what an album's going to sound like with this band clicking on all the cylinders on all new material, stuff that, you know, I want to see what we come up with. So to me, it was the perfect time to do it. I've been wanting to do it for a long time, but this is the time to do it.
Well, there's just a follow-up question on that, because it's going to be a third question, Vic. I don't know if you can ring that up. It's from a Keeler Clark. And Keeler Clark actually asks, when touring resumes, will you still prefer ice in your Diet Coke, 1 cube or 2?
Boy, you know, I'm really on a low sodium diet, but I really upped the cubage. Yeah, I'm way into cubes now, and low sodium. So, you know, you might be seeing more low sodium Diet Cokes. I'm just saying.
Ryan, can I ask a quick question before we move on from Detroit Stories?
I just want to say one thing about Kyler, because Kyler is obviously he's been our Frank and Alice for many, many years, but he's also Alice's personal photographer when we're on the road. So a lot of the great shots that you see out on the interweb is Mr. Kyler Clark. So go check him out at Serial Kyler. So, and I know that a lot of shots tonight are from our producer, Vic Chalfant, but you know what? I wanted to give Kyler there some credit, and there you go. I think you got your answer. Nita, take on.
Okay, so just before we move on to away from Detroit Stories, you know, we got our copies a little early, the band, and I was reading through, and I want to ask like the journalism question here, because I'm so curious. I have it here in front of me, the credits in the album.
Yeah.
And so you have V and the whole band, which maybe is us, maybe not, and some industry people. And then here down at the bottom, you have Alkaline, Bobby Lane, Gordie Howe, Uncle Vince, Uncle Lefty, Ratsy Bowers, the Repast Cousins, and Bella Piatti Restaurant. I Googled some of these names and I couldn't find anything.
Hot button issue. This is a gotcha question, Nita.
What's the story? I want to know.
Okay, so Ratsy Bowers, Lefty, Uncle Vince, all my uncles. These guys all walked out with Guys and Dolls. And they were the first ones who played me. Ratsy and Uncle Vince were the first guys that ever played me a Chuck Berry record when I was 7. And I attribute that. He played left-handed Telecaster guitar, by the way. My Uncle Lefty was a baseball player, played for Pittsburgh, actually, first baseman. But he was also a total rat packer. He was a guy. I never saw him without a tuxedo on in a martini glass. Those were the cool. Al Kaline was the greatest center or right fielder ever, and for the Detroit Tigers. Bobby Lane was the greatest drunk quarterback of all time for the Lions. Gordie Howe was probably the greatest hockey player ever for the Detroit Red Wings. And who else was left in that?
The Repast Cousins.
Oh, yeah, the Repasses are my cousins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. I figured there had to be a story there, because I was looking at this and I thought that because it's literally spelled like alkaline water, and I was like, are they people's hotel room names?
I swear that's his name, Al Kaline. And that was way before alkaline was even thought of.
That's great.
But Nita, I think your biggest, you know, if there's a gear to grind, or if there's a grind to gear, Bella Piatti. Bella Piatti. What's Bella Piatti? We need to know.
You
Mysteries are being solved here on the Alice Cooper credits.
And I
Enjoyed stories.
have no idea what that is.
We missed it. We should have asked Bob.
Yeah, that has something to do with somebody that threw that in at the last second. Maybe it's their uncle's Italian restaurant. I don't know.
All right.
Probably. It gave me a good laugh, and I was like, I have got to ask because their inquiring minds want to know.
Bella Piatti, please come forward and share with us.
Restaurant.
It's kind of like Balachi. What do you say? We're hanging out in the Alice Cooper Band meeting, folks, and you're still with us. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you want to get in on the live chat, of course, make your way on over to the official Ryan Roxie YouTube channel.